I'm giving you my top 5 ab exercises, and I'm going to explain why your abs are nowhere to be seen. The No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here with the top 5 best ab exercises, why you need to be utilizing an ab mat in your training, and how you can get your abs to just frankly look better. The number 5 best ab exercise you can be doing is the ab mat sit-up. Now the ab mat is the OG. It is the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Always imitated, never duplicated. It was designed by Koch in 1997. The ab mat creates a greater range of motion when you're exercising your abs, and it allows your spine to maintain a normal curve during those exercises. The ab mat comes with 2 angles, 60 degrees and 30 degrees. And people, when they first get it, first use it, will find that putting the 60 degrees underneath their rump will be easier to get used to and easier on the abs. And eventually over time, they'll switch to the 30 degrees. But in reality, there's no right or wrong method. 2 pieces of advice when doing ab mat sit-ups. Number 1, spread those knees. Yeah, I know it's not really the thing that you should be doing, and it looks a little funny, but in reality, it allows you to open up your hips and engage your abs a lot more. And the other thing is, don't rush the process. A lot of people, when it comes to abs, they're going after it really fast. You want to slow down, feel that mind-muscle connection, and really focus on engaging those abs. The 4th best ab exercise, at least in my opinion, is the bicycle crunch. Now, I know you have seen people do this with their back flat on the floor. They're yanking on the back of their head, and they're going as fast as possible like they're at the CrossFit Games and every second counts. You don't want to be that person. First, you may have already guessed, you want to utilize an ab mat. It creates a greater range of motion for your abs, and it's going to make it hurt a lot more. Instead of just yanking on your head, cranking on your neck, and ultimately taking your abs out of the exercise, you really want your hands to not be doing any work, just ultimately placeholders on the side of your head very lightly. Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast, and you might have been able to crank out 100, 200 bicycle crunches with your back flat on the ground and you just going hog wild. It's gonna be a whole different ball game with an ab mat. It's a whole lot more work because you're actually using your abs. There are 3 types of ab mats, and they're all made in the good old US of A. You've got the OG, the original gangster, hand sewn, and it has anti-slip material at the top and the bottom. You've got the ab mat firm. It's literally 35% more firm than the original. And their newest release is their foam ab mat. This is made with antibacterial single mold foam, and it is probably the easiest to clean out of all of them. From a firmness perspective, you might have already guessed the ab mat firm is the most firm, followed by the foam ab mat, with the OG being the softest of the 3. Out of these 3 American-made beauties, from my personal experience, I just found that the ab mat foam was that beautiful Goldilocks zone. The right amount of firmness, the right amount of comfort. It's easy to clean, and it's the one I tended to go to the most. Time out. I need to thank all of you for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. And when you use those links, they obviously help support this massive production and staff that we have to support at the No Fake 24/7 channel. Let me know when you use those links so that I can send you a small token of my appreciation. The next best ab exercise for you has to be the reverse crunch. And you guessed it, we're going to be utilizing an ab mat. Now, the reverse crunch focuses on your lower abs. Those tend to be a big issue for most people. Now, a typical crunch, your upper body comes to meet your lower body. But in a reverse crunch, yeah, it's reversed. Your lower body is going to come in to meet your upper body. So you're going to keep your feet straight out. Then you're going to bring your knees up to your chest, tilting your pelvis as you do so in order to get a full contraction. And trust me, after a few of these, you're absolutely going to feel it in your lower abs. And remember, as we've said before, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's not going to be about banging out 50 or 100 reps of these. It's going to be about getting 10 or maybe even even 20 solid, great reps that are absolutely gonna light your lower abs on fire. Now, Abmat is a company, yeah, they obviously sell ab mats, and these things are actually priced only a few bucks more than the cheap Asian knockoffs you see everywhere, like Amazon. But I will say that this company is more than the ab mat. They have a whole host of great home gym and local gym products that are original. Not only are all of their fantastic products made right here in the good old US of A, they also go a step further by encouraging and even assisting inventors and creators to get their products to market. The next best ab exercise is one that you may not be doing. Hell, you may not have even heard of it, and that is heel touches. You obviously utilize an ab mat. You get into a sit-up position, and you are going to touch your right heel with your right hand, followed alternating to your left heel with your left hand. And the whole time you're gonna be engaging not only the abs, but also the oblique. And the number one best ab exercise you can do doesn't actually involve an ab mat. It is the plank. And this is the single most best favorite ab exercise I have ever come across, and I highly recommend it to everybody because it doesn't just work your abs. It also works your lower back, it works your core stabilizing muscles, and it even works the stabilizing muscles in your shoulders. Now, when you do this exercise, you really want to pay attention to form. And as the name implies, you should look like a plank of wood. Very, very flat and straight. You want your arms directly underneath your shoulders, and you want your butt, your caboose. You don't want that thing high in the air like a downward facing elephant. You want to make sure that it's nice and in line with your lower back. And remember, it is quality over quantity. You want your form to be picture perfect rather than focusing on how long you can actually hold that exercise. And now it's time to get down and dirty when it comes to the cold, hard truth about why you can't see your abs. And the number one reason is you can't flex fat. And there is no amount of ab exercises in God's green earth that is going to allow you to overcome a poor diet. Now, depending on your specific genetics, typically you'll need to get underneath 10% body fat in order to see those six-pack abs we all covet. So if you've got a little bit of fluff and puff around your midsection, you really need to be working to restrict your calories, especially high glycemic index carbohydrates. Those are known to spike your insulin, and insulin is usually the number one hormone that signals your body to store extra calories as fat. Just because you can't see your abdominal muscles doesn't mean they're not there. They're still playing a massive role in your lifting and athletic ability, and it is far more important to have a strong core and midsection than it is to have flashy Instagram perfect abs. Another harsh reality when it comes to your midsection is that oftentimes ab training is just an afterthought. It's something we throw in to our workouts at the very end. And when we're short on time, it's the first thing that we skip. So I would highly recommend that you make it a focal point of your training and make sure that you're training abs often. If not every day, try to hit them every other day. And remember, quality over quantity. If you want to see another fantastic video showcasing American-made products, then check that video out. And if you made it this far, you and I are officially like Netflix and Suits. Hey, we're best friends. Thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.